Okay, so very good morning, everyone. Today I am going to deal with the Great Fire of London, which occurred in 1666. Yes, so these are my personal information and objectives that we are going to look for. And this is a miserable site, diplomatic and military consequences, charitable givings after 1666, aftermath of the Great Fire. So we'll go first of all through the background that what had happened and all. The Great Fire of London is one of the most well-known disasters in London's history. It was the most dangerous one. It began on 2nd September 1666 and lasted just under 5 days. Fire was catched in Thomas Farrier's bakery on Pudding Lane. It took nearly 50 years to rebuild the burnt area of London. St. Paul Cathedral was not completed until 1711. Yes, the fire was in the Pudding Lane, and during that time, the houses and were very congested in a very thin streets, and the houses were made of wooden, so it catch the fire too soon. And one of the St. Paul's Cathedral, yes, that was a church built yes, which having a great gates which protected it from the fire. The London was having a fire, but the gate was protecting from getting much more. But no, it had a great disaster. A miserable sight, widespread destruction, spreading across 436 acres and consuming around 13,200 houses, 87 churches, and many public buildings. Loss of lives, yes, displacements. Thousands of landlords were forced to flee their homes, leaving behind their belongings and livelihoods. Economic impact, the fire caused significant economic hardship, destroying business and disrupting trade in the city. Yes, many had peoples were homeless, lives were also, but not, yes, here at point we can say that there was not much we can say death during that, only in doubles we can say. Diplomatic and military consequences, international sympathy. Other European nations, including France and the Dutch Republic, offered aid and condolences to England, highlighting diplomatic relations and international goodwill. Yes, other also helped them during that circumstance. Rebuilding relations, the need to rebuild the city created opportunities for diplomatic negotiations and discussions between the English government and foreign powers, as rebuilding required resources and materials from the abroad. Obviously, the it was damaged and on a very large scale, so they might, obviously they'll be needing funds and materials and all to rebuild again. Military consequences, the fire's impact on the military was indirect. While it didn't result in direct military conflicts, it did have implications for defense and the city's infrastructure. Military implications were secondary and revolved around the city's recovery and interactions with the other nations in the aftermath. Yes, so these are some of the pictures. We can see that how dangerously it would have happened. Yes, this is a 3rd September 1666. We can see how the fire is catched. Yes. Charitable givings after 1666. Royal and government support. Yes. King Charles II issued a royal proclamation encouraging charitable donations to aid and victims. Obviously, it would need some help. The government also provided financial assistance to help with the relief efforts. Then church and religious organizations, yes, they also helped in whatever they have and whatever they can help them. And rebuilding London, yes, donations from abroad, yes, as we discussed, other foreign countries including Netherlands, France, and even the English colonies in America sent aid and donations. Aftermath of the London. The winters of 1666 found London deluged by destitute population without homes or places of employment. The parliament passed the Judicial Act, which created a special fire court to resolve landlord disputes. Chaired by the King's Bench, they become renowned for their speed of judgment, much to the delight of the city surveyors. However, a 1673 survey listed over 3,000 unoccupied houses in the city. Yes, it was a great disaster. So many parliament, and we can say judiciary system also had to pass some laws and acts in the favor of the public, because around 1 lakh peoples were homeless. So for that, this was necessary. Yes, so we can conclude that overall, the Great Fire of London was primarily a domestic disaster with significant economic and social consequences. Its aftermath, the decision made during the rebuilding process, were influenced by politics and religion. King Charles II's role, the restructure, restructuring of the city, religious interpretations of the fire, and the reconstructions of churches all highlight the interwed nature of this factor during the recovery and transformation of London after the devastating fire. Yes, these are my references. Thank you. Anyone have any questions can ask.
Unnati, my question is what changes result from the Great Fire of London?
Yes, we can see the change in the architectural designs of there, because at that time there were a very small pudding lane, the fire where it was catch, and they are like small streets at that time. But now they just take a, like they look upon that they make a more safety. And during that time, yes, they were not aware of the danger of the fire which can cause. So now they have much more awareness that how it can destruct. So their architectural designs and all, they make a great change in that. Yes, next.
Unnati, can you provide more information about the casualties that occurred during the Great Fire of London?
Yes, when we look upon the casualties, like deaths number of, but there was not as much as deaths, because the Charles too, we can say, he told that he told that the wooden houses should be like bent down so that fire won't catch much, and the peoples were rescued and they were moved away. So in the, we can say, doubles only, they were like deaths of the people, not much like cause it was happening. Yes. Thank you.